Hello, hello, everybody. I think we're live. Let me double check here. Sometimes it resets back to the beginning. So let's see. Yep, it just did. So, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday night to you, and hope you're having a great weekend. So, I am excited to see what comes through tonight. Yep, YouTube says we're live, so that's good. But before we get into everything, let us send some love out to the world and get the singing bowl ready. But first, we'll take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now, in this moment. So if you want to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can do that all together. And can take a big, deep breath in through your nose or your mouth. Hold it for as long as you want, and then release through your nose or mouth, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So let's take one big, deep breath. Beautiful. And we'll hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as we hit that, we'll let that love from above flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. She's singing away. So let's put those back there. All right. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend, full of great moments. So I think we'll use these again. All right. So hello. If you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. So thanks for being a part of all that. How the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. The chat is the list. There's no special list. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business there, you can just ask for a general reading. Then we'll pull cards and see what Spirit is wanting to provide there. The free readings are usually 1 to 2 cards. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, stepping outside the free list. I dive deeper into those too, pulling more cards for those. And then I return back to the free list. Also, I'm trying something different this weekend too, is if any of my monthly YouTube channel members, you'll see their names in green with their little badge. After I'm done with any donations, I then prioritize their free readings, and then after I'm done with them, then I go into the free readings. So That is how it's going to work today. And we've got these Arcanus Animal Tarot that we'll be using. I like the deck here, so we'll continue to use that. And oh, to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I also have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So whatever you prefer to use, you can use any of those. I don't have a set dollar amount. Whatever you feel you're able to give from your heart, it's the perfect amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, country to country, day to day, even, right? So that's what we have. So I do have a couple of donations. We'll start there first, and then we'll get into the others. So Supernova, hello, hello again. Good to see you. And you have the on-set chair, Madam Director. So let's take a look here and see what we have. So thank you for that donation as well. So number one, what do the guides want you to know about your dreams of making music and helping people? Is it a divine purpose? I meant to be here for a higher reason. Am I protected in your journey? All right. Let's take a look here and see. So what they want you to know about your dreams of making music and helping people. We'll look at that first here. Okay, it's those three. And then, is it a divine purpose? Is that one. And then what they want you to, you meant to be here for a reason, or for a higher reason, and are you protected? All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fates wheel. So right off the bat, you got to love spirit, right? That they're telling you, yes, it's fated. The impact and music has been a part of your journey. It is a fated part of this particular lifetime. So it definitely is this, um, it's like the purpose behind why you wanted to come down here, because you wanted to use music to help the collective, to help humanity during this lifetime. You wanted to be a part of that. So let's take a look here, and and you know it because you just feel like it's like air to you. If you don't have music, you feel like you're suffocating, right? If you can't express your self through music and strum a guitar, even pound on a table, whatever it is, it's like you just don't feel like it's you know like you're not breathing if you're not involved in music, of listening to it, playing it, whatever, right? So it. um all right, well, let's look at the first part was that was just the bottom of the deck. So the three cards that came out about what your guides want you to know about the dream of making music and helping people. Yeah, you have the Two of Pentacles, and I feel like there's a couple ways that you will use that. Yeah, here's the Full card. This is your soul, and it's like you're going to be doing this in a way that doesn't feel like it's trying to fit in, trying to do this. It's all about adventure, expression, not and the freedom and the dream comes in by helping people feel like they're on an adventure, reminding them they're on an adventure, right? And that there's this openness to a journey without restriction, instead of trying to live up to all those things. You're stoned. Yeah. Yeah, too lazy to bother, right? It's just like it's not inspiring. Yeah, and you have the Emperor here too. And the Emperor and the Full card, is what comes in here. I like this um approach because with those two combined, it is like, an emperor gets everyone telling him all their opinions on how they should do something, are supposed to do something, blah blah blah. And they're like, "Ugh, that's no, I want to do what I want to do. I'm the king, I'm the emperor. Everyone clear the throne room. I'm deciding what I want, how I want to do it, and I'm putting energy toward it." And I like this. It's not trying to fit in and trying to make everyone happy. This is about you, you know, going forward and sharing it. And I do feel like there's two paths that you go down with music, and um I do feel like one, of course, is sharing your particular songs in your particular way. The other, I don't know why this comes back, but it's like you're bringing back instruments from the past that aren't as popular as they were, and you're bringing, like, different types of instruments back into music, because you've got such many lifetimes from different ages where, the troubadour, the little whatever guitar, the little, little small echoey one, and, just it's just like you're gonna be drawn to this, to where I almost feel like you take a certain type of instrument, could be guitar, something along those lines, but I feel like throughout your lifetime that as you express music and you do this, a big piece of what you do too is that you create, or you alter an instrument, or you create a new musical instrument, or alter a musical instrument to where it's like, what, wow, like how sometimes people have now, like there's two, uh like a it's a guitar that has two things on it, two arms, and you can play both of them, and they're different sounds. But I feel like it's something doing something like that, because I feel like one is expression of your lyrics and your songs, but I feel like you also, in this lifetime, you help create a musical instrument that's different and exciting. So alien, right? Yeah. There you go. So that's what I feel like you have there. So that is that piece of it. And then, is it a divine purpose? Well, we already answered that with the other one, but yeah, in the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion, we talked about that before. So this is about helping people on their quest for love, but also it's the movement of emotion. And that's what you teach them, because you're learning that yourself, how to transform and do that, as well. It's interesting, in this particular deck, they also have the swords in here. The Knight of Cups normally doesn't have the sword, but in this one they do. That's about lyrics, that's about communication. So moving people through the lyrics, I feel, is a part of that. And we already had that. We knew that was a divine purpose with the Wheel of Fortune, because that's the fates wheel. And they really wanted to focus in on that piece of that. So we definitely know that. And then, is there a higher reason that you are to be here? You know, I don't The Four of Cups is emotional stability, with that coming in here. So, we definitely have this, purpose of helping people balance out their emotions, and to help people, with that piece. So I don't feel like there's a different higher purpose. I feel like it's like you're almost like a counselor through music. It's like you are helping. If you didn't like music, and if music wasn't like the blood running through your body, then I could see you being a counselor, kind of individual, where you would help people transform their emotions a different way. But I feel like you're doing this through music, and because it's through music, you're able to do it. It's like you're when you're playing, it's like group therapy. I like that, because you're helping people experience and feel, transform, transition emotion too. So, yeah, I don't feel like there's anything else that's there. And are you protected in your journey? Wow, yeah, it is. I was wondering if you're gonna get the star card. The dreams come true, the balance, the And I feel like there is this protector. I mean, you've got the lion and with the horns and the snake tail. Is that a snake? Yeah, it's like you are protected by all this here. Um, so you definitely have that. It's in the stars. It's all this fate. So you definitely have all that protection and in the this morning session, of course, they really came through that you're never ever ever alone. You're fully supported. They're surrounding you. They're working out the things that they agreed to work out while you're down here. And you can ask them for other things too while you're here. But they can't go against your free will and your power of choice too. So, it's the to the extent that it goes and what happens is based on your choices too, right? So, they're there and they're nudging you and they're reminding you and they're sending you signs and but they're supportive, but it is your life and you get to choose. So, they will only do in your life what you asked them to do before you came down here, and then what you've asked of them while you're down here of your own free will as well. So this is coming in there for you, super super nova nova. So enjoy your little journey that you're on right now. you might see spirits. All right, but much love to you. Hang in there. All right, and then Sean G. Hello, hello. Thank you for the black cat. And for your donation, you want to know what is going on with your sponsorship. When will you get the money? All right, let's take a look here. So let's see what the spirit wants you to know about. Hello, ching ching ching. Right, what's going on with your sponsorship? Like these two and those two there, and the wins. All right, when we got the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So you definitely, it feels like there's this abundance of the outside world that comes in here with this Ten of Pentacles. Let's see what we've got here about the when. All right. Well, it looks like you have it here, but you've got this death and rebirth card coming in here. And I just feel like the there's like this reboot, this restart. Um, it's like, I wonder if this is a new source that's coming in here because you've got the Seven of Pentacles on the Star card that came out together. Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree, is the fruit. And the Star card is dreams come true, wish fulfillment. There's normally seven stars on the Star card besides the big ol' hunkin' star in the middle. And with these sevens, I just feel like there's this balancing of chakras, this balancing of energy that's important that impacts the when. And let me see what these other are here. Yeah, you've got the Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the birthing, the harvest, the almost like a external dream come true, finances coming in here. But the Five of Swords does represent a battle between your heart and your mind, an inner battle, an inner conflict that's going on. So, there's the balancing of the chakra energy. It just feels like there might be some seeds of doubt that need to be dug up and um, sent off somewhere else to be planted, not within you. And I talk about the Six of Pentacles, and I probably have shared that with you before, but just in case. And for anyone else, that this, you know, um, the energy that's in here, let's see, where is it at here? Yeah, I'll do both of these. Yeah, so this is the focus, this is the energy focus and the Six of Pentacles. So whoever this resonates for, um, but it's, you know, we may not consciously doubt and have these conscious beliefs, but this is about the subconscious, the Six of Pentacles, because we don't realize, even if like, I know I want this and I want that, I want love, abundance, what da, 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 da. why does it keep on being kept away from me? Whenever we feel like there's this force field that's going on in the outside, then that's our inner child. And our inner child, when our mental brain started to develop between 7 and 14, our inner child, which was developing from 7 years old and younger, our higher brain, our brain goes, "We can't have you acting emotionally. You need to go to the basement." And it pushes our emotional child down into the basement. And it rules down there, but it also whatever it developed as far as its rate of exchange of how much do I have to give to deserve something. And when we're younger, usually it's parents or grandparents or people who are in authority. They're so busy. We feel like as children, we give 1,000 love coins, 1,000 abundance coins, whatever. We get one back. And we think, well, that seems fair. We don't know any better as little children. So that seeps down into our subconscious. And that's where what it runs. And I didn't realize this myself till a couple years ago because you know i I would uh overgive. I'd overdo things in school, redoing homework, really trying to I have to give so much. And then once I did that, and then giving overgiving in friendships, relationships, jobs, I have to give so much, I have to give so much. And you don't realize that there's this drive that's below the surface. But the little inner child has like and it talks about that in this episode 5, the Six of Pentacles, how the little inner child has this giant, it's like Bart Simpson. They have that giant chalkboard, but they're keeping track of 1,000 love coins, because as soon as we give 1,000, where the inner child feels we have, it drops the force field, allows some stuff come in. But it's like those warehouses where you have 1,000 days of free of accidents. It resets back to zero, and whoop, force fields come back up. And so if you feel like there's been these periods of time where you feel like things are being kept away, why won't it come in? I know I want it. It's because consciously we want it, but subconsciously our little inner child's going, "Nope, nope, you don't deserve that," like a little pouting little 2-year-old, right? But that's why there's this, I just feel like that's where this balancing, there's this chakra balancing, this inner balancing that's important. And that's what keeps um, things away. And this will allow influx, because what it talks about in the video is a little bit of how we can bring that from 1,000 to one down to 1 to 1. And then the force fields come down and we break that chalk in half and break up that, you know, blackboard, because it doesn't need to keep track anymore, because it's equal 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000. And that happens. So that's what that 7 of Pentacles is. This, oh no, we don't deserve that yet. But if we make those changes, we can resolve that conflict that's in there, that's been in there for a very long time, right? And I know, I mean, I didn't think I had one in there. I did a lot of shadow work. I did that, but it was a couple years ago, and it came through in some readings and some books. Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch is a great book. She helps get in contact and with that inner child, with that out of balance belief system of abundance and worth through tapping. If you ever do the tapping type of work, it's a great book if you're interested. It's Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch. It's Lynch. It's a very good book. I highly recommend that. But I feel like that's what's coming in here. And there's the delay has to do with energetic things keeping it away. So hopefully that helps there, Sean G. And again, thank you so much for your donation, and definitely check out those videos if that resonates there for you. All right. And then up next, we got Just Blessings. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know what direction is your relationship with M going? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What direction is based on current energies is your relationship with M going? All right. All right. I feel like that goes to that. Those go to those. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So, bottom of the deck, you do have the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So, it does feel like it's heading in this direction of new opportunities for this Ten of Cups. I love how they have their tails as a heart. It's abundance, fullness of emotion, and overflowing. So, I like that as the underlying energy. We'll see what other details they have here. So, this card came out by itself. So you'd have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is this, there's this energy of it's kind of usually known as the nightmares and insomnia card, but the night, all those little swords are small t truths, which are opinion, which are rules, supposed to be, should be's, need to be's that we've grown up with that are all a part of how we are taught to look at what am I supposed to be in a relationship? How are we supposed to meet? Who are they supposed to be? How's it supposed to unfold? Blah, blah, blah. All this rules, all these that are tied to fears of rejection, fears of not being good enough, and all that kind of stuff. If this doesn't happen, what does it mean? It means something bad, but it's facing these. And the nine is a good number because it's actually a number of moving toward the ending of these old thoughts and the release that comes in. Then you had 3 cards here. Right, yeah, okay. And it is all about seeing capital T truths here. I'll just see if I can show all 3 at once here without flipping everybody off. And we can see them. Here we go. So you have a first card, Hierophant. The Hierophant is your higher self, allowing you to see things from a capital T truth, from a higher perspective based on unconditional love and not fear. You also have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords. All 3 of these came out together, which all represent new ways, higher ways. Six of Swords is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. Ace of Swords is it gives you the ability to see things from this higher perspective. So I feel like there is this working out that's going on between the two of you of these old ways of thinking. And when we have ourselves in a cage, when we have our heart in a cage, it can't move and move forward like it wants to. And so I feel like a part of what's happening in the direction of the relationship is you guys are questioning, is that important? Why do I believe that? Why do I have that need? Why do I think that this means that? What stories are being created in my head because of my past and what I've grown up with? And is that what I want to believe? And there's this freedom that definitely comes with that. Let's see what these other 2 cards are here. Wow. So did you have? Yeah. So you had in the beginning, you had the Nine of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. There's all this building up. It's like we're moving to, the time in the movie when, it's the climax. It's like we reach the pinnacle and there's the change. There's where everything uh, just alters and there's a plot twist that comes in. And I feel like it's a positive way because we had the bottom of the energy, right? That it's happy energy, happy change, but you got all these nines, 999 coming in here. And so I do feel like there's this altering, this evolution, this, like I said, transformation that's coming. And then your last 2 cards, yeah. Well, here's those swords. Here's all those expectations that generally kill a relationship. And the Seven of Pentacles, the slowness is happening to allow you to release yourselves from those. Because what happens when we have all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right, around relationship, and um, we're like, um, you know, they're supposed to be this and this and this and this and this. when we have all those, what we do is we are focused on who someone is not being rather than focusing on gratitude for who someone is. And that's like that sucks the life out of those out of that type of relationship when we have all those expectations, because we also have them on ourselves and we're focusing on who we're not being instead of celebrating who we are. And when you suck all the life out of, it's like, like a candle, you put something on top of that, eventually it just suffocates and the light goes out, the passion goes out, the attraction goes away, because we're focusing so much on how something's not being instead of what something is, right? So I feel like that's what's happening and where you're headed here. It feels positive with the current energies, as you guys release those things. Then can you imagine a relationship where all you do is focus on how grateful you are for someone and what they're doing instead of, you know, doing the opposite and focusing on, you're not being this, you're not being enough of that, you're not doing this enough, blah, 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 right? The nagging of each other. And who wants to be around that all the time, right? But who wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I'm like, you know what I love about you? No, do tell, right? I mean, we humans love to hear about that, right? But that's what's coming in for you there. Just blessings. Hopefully that's helpful. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Nova, thank you for your additional donation. We are to the microphone for number two. You want to know, what do spirit guides want you to know about your inner artist? Artiste. Why am I so drawn to creating and being creative? Why is it you care about doing that more than anything else? Why does the world bore you? Oh, I hear you. Let's take a look here. Let's see if any cards are calling your name. No oracle. So we'll pull from the tarot. Just gonna take a sip of my little mushroom coffee. Give me a little spark. All right, let's take a look here. So, what do they want you to know about your inner artist, first of all? I wonder if you'll get the Empress somewhere here. I imagine you will. Why are you so darn creative or drawn to creating? And I feel like these three are about the, why is it that you care about all that, and why, oh why is the world boring to you? Okay, they do answer both of those. All right, let's scooch these over, make some space. The bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Swords. And so I do like that in here, because the Two of Swords is about closing our eyes and opening our heart. And I feel like the difference between so much of this, when we're caught up in our fears of our brain, and we talk about how creativity comes from the higher realm, right? And that when we're caught up in the fear in the outside world, we shut down everything. We're in survival mode. But we are mini creators. It's every moment is a story of higher vibration connected to creator, and feeling that mini creator that we are co-creators of our lives, right? Versus survival and just trying to get up to, feeling like we're existing. And so a lot of this has to do with that, the difference between, the energies that come in there, right? Um, so we've got here. So what do they want to know? What you want you to know about your inner artist here? Yeah. So we have that Aries energy of the Emperor and this rebel energy that's inside of you. Is your moon in Aquarius? I don't think so. Eight of Cups. You've got the walking away from emotions that don't serve you. and wanting to move into this place of emotional expression. And so there is this, the Aries is the baby, is the beginning, is the creation. You like this combination here. You're like, you listen to this later and even go like, oh wow. But I like this. This, the emperor doesn't like listening to everyone else and doing along with everyone else. That's why there's this rebel empire kind of, our emperor energy that is wanting to be expressed and wanting to do things differently, wanting to get away from all these emotions, get away from these things that don't serve. And the I feel like that's where this boredom comes from, is that creative juices, creative energies, they don't want to just duplicate, they want to be unique. They want to share the uniqueness that lies within them. They don't want to just be a cookie cutter individual. It's like you want each cookie to be like this work of art. If you ever do like Christmas cookies, where sometimes it's like all the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, but you know how like when little kids decorate cookies and there's just mountains of frosting and all this stuff, and you're just like, they're not anywhere near the same. And that's the kind of childlikeness that we all have at our root, because we want to be uniquely creative. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine the togetherness, and Christmas doesn't bring um, happy thoughts for you, but just think of it as a creative thing there. But why are you so drawn to being creative here? Yeah, it is the dream. You have the 9 of Cups, which is the dream come true type of energy that comes in here. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is a lot of betrayal, a lot of limitation, a lot of mental stuff. And here's the mind and the heart. The heart wants the dream to come true, and you're so drawn to creative and being creative because with the 7 of Swords, it feels like you've been so suppressed for so long and taught, almost like under a thumb of not being creative, but punished if you step out of line, if you know, wanting to, you know, do things differently. They're like, no, you must do it the way you're supposed to. I feel like there was a very strong rules growing up. And that's why there, you know, the a side of you was very much ruled over by kind of like a dictator. Instead of someone who celebrated your creativity, it was squashed. And so now it's been bubbling for so long, it wants to, get out, and it wants to, be expressed in big ways. So it's like a pressure cooker that's been building for a long time, and now it's like you just feel you can't be creative enough, right? And why you care about doing it so much here, let's take a look here. Yeah. It's your expression, and it is. It's like, and I feel like that kind of rolls over from what we were just talking about, because the Queen of Wands, she's the fire. She's got all this energy. It's like, I must do this. I can't, sit still. I got to express it. And you even got the Nine of Swords and the Tower. Here's like you're just saying, the mind wants to die. The mind wants to be free, is what it wants to do. It doesn't want to feel um, you know, like it wants to be destroyed. It is part of how we are creative. We can be creative mentally, but what it wants to do is it wants to escape the tower, like Rapunzel, stuck in the tower. She doesn't want to live there anymore. She wants to be free. She wants to, be able to be expressed and to, get out of the bounds, and escape from the place where it has been kept. So it doesn't want to die. It wants to escape. It wants to be free. and have free thinking instead of restrictive thinking. It doesn't want to be ruled by the evil stepmother witch, whoever put Rapunzel in the tower. I like that. And what was the second last part? Oh, why does the world bore you? Yeah, because the world feels like, the Eight of Pentacles feels like a factory. It feels like the difference here between someone on a quest and someone stuck in a factory working, 14-hour days. It's like the world feels like, what are you trying to create? This is like there's this I want to go on this quest. I want to explore. I want to be Sinbad on the seven seas. I don't want to be stuck in a shop, you know, creating stuff all day in front of fire, right? So I feel like that's this energy. It's like I want to be free and I want to share that. So I like it. So that explains it. I thought you'd get the Empress. The Empress, of course, the number three, creativity, you always get her. You are the Empress. You are the birther. You are wanting to create, not duplicate. And that's why you just have this desire to share it in ways that are so different and unique. And I do like that. Yeah, yeah, right. It just feels like like a cage, right? But your mind and your heart are have been, picking the locks and getting out from all of that, to be free. And um, I like that. I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your additional donation there. Many blessings to you. Then Sean G, you are back with another donation. Thank you so much for that. Let me just give that a love and a like here. And oh, the mushroom coffee. I hadn't heard of it before, but there's a lot of different kinds out there. It's like all over the place now. But it gives you, I mean, it's good gut health and it gives you natural boosts, and there's like a variety of different ones um, that are there. The one that I got, I've tried a couple, and this is the first time I'm trying this specific one. Let me just grab it really quick here for you because I don't remember off the top of my head what this one is here. I think I got it. Is this it? Yeah, this one is from Org Fun, ORGFUN, right? It's not, it's definitely not like psychedelic shrooms. Um, oh, I would imagine it's not. I've never done those. I have steered away from any mind altering or any kind of things because I already have such a strong connection. I have a feeling that if I ever did anything psychedelic, I would see dead people. And I'm not sure I'm ready to poop my pants yet. But this one has some Arabic instant coffee in there, but it also has chaga, lion's mane, reishi, I think reishi, cordyceps, maitake, I think, and turkey tail and shiitake. So it's a combination of like seven different mushrooms. Um, yeah, microcode, microdose. Yeah, yeah. Actually, one of my praying mantis members, Spring, she lives in Oregon. She actually does the psychedelic mushroom. You actually have training, you get certification, you take people on mushroom, I guess, trips in a way to help them, overcome and depression and different things too. Yeah, it is legal there. And then here in Colorado, they did I think they did that. Um, and in some other states, they're slowly doing that because they're finding that it has a lot of health benefits and not side effects like with other things, right? In New York City, yeah. Oh, I imagine. I'm like, New York, come on. Like that'd be the first. LA, New York, but but it's really good. I mean, it's a different taste, but it's a different type of. It's not like well, for me, coffee. I think I have a little bit of hyperactivity. Um, but so coffee, like regular coffee, it actually I could drink it all day long and drink it before I go to bed. None of that. But like tea will keep me up all night if I take it too late. And the mushroom though is not that. It gives me a spark. It just but it helps your gut and everything else too. So I like it. Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff. So cheers. All right. So to your question, you want to know what is the future for you and S? Currently no contact. All right. Let's see based on current energies. What is going on? So what's the future for you and S? Are you up all night? All right. So what else we got here in that one? Even if I drink like soda, like Coke or whatever, um, there's this I'll be like eyes wide awake. So it's like tea and soda, the caffeine in those for some reason, unless I drink a non-caffeinated tea, but the others or like iced tea, if I drink it too close to bed, I'll be like laying there with my eyes open. All right. So we got here, when we got the bottom of the deck. Oh yeah. So kind of feels like here that there's this kind of finality to this coming in here. Let's see what that's the bottom of the deck. Let's see, is this a rebirth or is this like a finality? you know, I see here with we have the page of wands, which is a new passion, and the queen of swords. That's one of my cards of like a very compatible person because queens, she rolls over her suit of swords with the king, but she also has a cups behind the scenes. And both the king of cups and the queen of swords for me are these cards that spirit uses to represent sometimes the perfect compatible individual. And I feel like that is ending and moving away from S because there is someone that's coming in that's just so compatible. It's like they fit like a glove in so many ways. Let's see what else they have here too. Yeah, and they have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So here is again another page, new ways of looking at things, seeing things from a higher perspective. And the Queen of Pentacles, energy that comes in here is this, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, allowing yourself to be nurtured, to be cared for, and to choose for you, which, we can, when we're such big givers and, kind of what we went back to with the Six of Pentacles, sometimes it's like, well, no, it's difficult for people to keep up. So you sacrifice some of yourself because you realize you're not normal, right? Most people in this room, we probably think we're not normal. We're so different from people because have such huge hearts. We have such potential and possibilities that it's difficult for people that haven't really looked at their inner work and done a whole lot that they can't keep up. And so it's like, man, we're um, kind of sacrifice ourselves in a way and we think that's just normal because we haven't come across a unicorn like ourselves, you know? We're like, "Well, I'm different, so I'm gonna have to make sacrifices." But this is saying, "No, you don't." And I like that. It's like being and meeting someone, oh my gosh, who is exactly compatible. And I was just didn't I just say Queen of Swords and King of Cups? You know, here's both of my super compatible individuals that are so perfect for one another. And people wouldn't think when you see a King of Cups and a Queen of Swords that what do they have in common? But behind the scenes, the Queen has Cups energy, and so they have that commonality. And the King, all the kings carry swords behind the scenes. So there's this compatibility that people can't see, but you know that's why I feel like there's this newness, someone new coming in, an upgrade that's coming in for you, and I like that for you. What's this last one here? Yeah, I got the Five of Cups. This is the movement of emotion from lower vibrational to higher vibrational emotion. So the let's say the challenge that and that is come down to the incompatibility of emotional expression that's here, you know, that there is this change of heart that comes in and allows you to not settle, allows you not to feel like you have to sacrifice emotion or walk on eggshells or shrink yourself or do anything like that. But it just feels like with S, that kind of had to in ways. I just feel like you, this person that you will meet, celebrates you and is excited and allows you to, you know, shine bright. They don't, you know, whereas otherwise it's kind of like, I don't know if this happens with S to a great degree, but it just feels like if you celebrated something like, "Oh my gosh, I did it, well, that never happens to me," and da da da, they it was like it just feels like people would make it about themselves instead of going, "Oh my god, we're going out for sushi, let's go," you know, "My treat, congratulations, I'm so happy for you, oh my gosh," you know, celebrates you, you deserve that, and I feel like it always would fall upon you to celebrate other people, but I feel like who you meet, it's like this, you know, this energy. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Sean. I like it. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again for that donation. And then Supernova, you have coming soon to a theater near you. All right. Thank you for your additional donation. And you have number 3. Here it is right here, which is so what you're very welcome. So what do spirit guides want you to know about the artist lifestyle? If you manage to live freely and create and share, will I get caught in it and overdo it? In the beginning, of course, like it's all right. Who knows? Maybe I'd be like the artist with a drug addiction. I could see it already suffer from that a little bit. Um, Yeah, yeah, and I agree with Sean. You don't have to call that on yourself. If you're an artist, it's a channeling from above. It's not the drugs, right? The drugs you use to cover up the emotions that you've had from the past, but counseling, right? You're getting involved in that. They're going to give you the tools to transform those, right? And then you use your artistry is to help yourself transform from lower vibrational to higher vibrational, as well as um, helping other people through those experiences move from lower vibrational to higher vibrational. So, yeah, I'm in total agreement with Sean there. So, thank you, Sean, for your insights into that. Absolutely on point. Yeah, you live your dreams. Yes. So let's see here. What spirit wants you to know about the artist lifestyle? And overdo it. Yeah. You know, I feel like, you know, it's like a little puppy who, yeah, exactly. Knight of Wands. It's like a little puppy who they've been kept in their kennel all day long, and then you come home and you let the puppy out, they're like, "Oh my god," and they're like hyper, hyper, and they run around, they pee on the floor and, you know, do all that. Not that you're gonna pee on the floor, but it's like that kind of excitement, and then you balance it out. So I feel like when you first do it, you're just so flooded with adrenaline and excitement and, that you have this joy that's overflowing. It's like I did, starting living my dream, doing all this, I was like every night going on and then 2, 3 times on the weekend and doing this and doing that and doing this and do that until I wore myself out and then had forced R&R, and now I'm like, "Okay, let's balance out a little bit more. We don't have to do it all in a day. We can, you know, um, you know, it's like, what is it? Moderation in all things, including moderation. We don't have to be all the time. It's like sometimes we have woohoo, and then we balance out, and then we can have a woohoo and balance out. But it doesn't have to be whoa, 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 running at a full speed the entire time. That's when we burn ourselves out, right? So I like that. So Sean says that you're a painter and you smoke, but not when you're painting. You don't need it when you paint. I think a lot of people say that to push an agenda. Oh, yeah, right. When you're an artist, it's a gift from God, from Creator. You're channeling. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like sometimes people will, when you're not creating, you don't feel yourself, and sometimes people just need it. It's like you get your own high from living your dream. It's when you're not living your dream that you feel like you need something else to get you back there. But for some, not definitely not all encompassing, and not aimed at you, Sean. This is just in general for Nova's reading. It's like, yeah, and as you're getting tools to deal with those times when you're not creating, you're feeling down, and it's the quiet moments that maybe some old emotions come up. That's what they're going to be teaching you through the counseling, to you know um, transform and change those around, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like that. So I feel like that's where they're talking about the balance, the overdoing it in the beginning. Let's see what else about the artistic lifestyle. Yeah. Again, we've got the Eight of Cups, leaving behind emotions that don't serve you. The Page of Swords is about, new ways of looking at things. It's new beginnings, it's new clarity that comes in. And the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities that come in with this too. So, the artistic lifestyle, you know, is about managing emotions. The Eight of Cups is the card of emotional inventory and how you can look at where you're investing your emotions with humans, and then where you're investing emotions and suppressing old emotions. And you get all that energy back too. Yeah. And the Five of Pentacles, this belief that of starving artist, this we need to look at too, or can look at. You don't need to, but there is this energy of and the belief we hear it all the time, starving artist. It's like, oh, if you're going to be an artist, oh, you're not going to make very much, and you're going to be, it's like, no, that's a lie. That's just saying something where it struggles. If it's like, well, you're not going to have a whole lot of money and stuff, and you don't eat as regularly because you're spending your money on your artistry, and you don't have a regular job with all this money coming in. It's like there's this belief of lack around being an artist, and it's like, no, there's people that sell paintings and do things that they sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's all a mindset that can change and transform with that too. So, so this is kind of this artistic lifestyle, getting out of that mindset, with that too. Yeah. And again, this kind of fits in with all of this. The devil card is getting away from all of those preconceived ideas about what is an artist, what is an artist lifestyle, what does this look like, what does it do? Da, 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 da. Knight of Swords again, the adventure, the cutting away of those old restrictions, getting out of that cage, and allowing yourself to flow and all of that. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Here's that Fate's wheel again. You even have the Six of Cups coming in, and the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, these are all about abundance and overflowing, but these have to do with, and the Wheel of Fortune too, of course. But the Six of Cups talks about all these past lives that you've lived as an artist. You've experienced artistry in so many different ways. And so I like that energy that's coming in there. Um, well, I don't. We'd have to look at each individual because there's a lot more there. People might appear egotistical, but they just might be confident, and they might be using their manifestation to focus on gratitude and all of that. Um, we need to look at who do we think is egotistical, and what kind of mirror are they being for us, right? Because we may not know. If we don't know their lives, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and you know people are portrayed certain ways in interviews and stuff, and it's not really them. And so it's really getting to know who someone is when all the cameras are off and everything else. And some people are, successful because of they're so grateful for what they've done and where they're going to. So, we just have to kind of look at that. Right. So that's what they have for you for that Nova. So thank you again for that. All right. So I think that is it for the donation piece. So what I do next is I look at any of my individuals who are my monthly YouTube channels members, and their names are in green with little badges by them. So I'll go to them next for their free readings. Anyone else that I will go to the very top after I'm done with those and start on the free readings to work my way down as much as I can. If anyone wants theirs prioritized and to dive deeper, the free readings I pull like one card, maybe two cards for the answers, but for the donations I do prioritize those and dive deeper. So if you're wanting to do that, you can use the super chat or any of the in the description box of the video. I have my Cash App, PayPal, Square, and something else. They're all listed there though. And there's no set dollar amount, so you can do it any way you can, and you can just put your question out in the chat. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. We'll pull cards based on that too. All right. So let me shuffle these up, and we'll take a look and see if I have any. I think I had at least one because I know Shanji, you guys donated, so we already did those. And Olivier de Bagara, hello, hello, good afternoon to you on the other side of the world. So you wanted to know what are Octavio's and David's thoughts towards you. So we'll look at that, and then I think that might be all of them. And then, oh, Nelly made a donation, so we'll jump down to that right after this one. So, Olivier, what are Octavio's and David's thoughts towards you? All right. So one for Octavio and one for David. So let's give you a little bit here. So Octavio seems to be someone who sees things from a higher perspective, and they're a bit more intuitive. They kind of see behind any preconceived ideas and things like that. They're in their own transformation, and I feel like they see you that you're in the middle of a transformation too. So they see that you are evolving and changing and altering. And I don't know if they've known you longer. It just feels like they've witnessed you transform and transform and transform, and they are also in transformation, and about looking at themselves differently and the world differently. So it feels very respectful from them. David, wow. So David, with the King of Cups, they do see you as someone who's very compatible, that they can imagine that you guys being together. And the King of Cups, they roll over their emotions, and then they also have swords energy that comes. So it's the balance of mind and heart, and they see you as someone who's very balanced between the two. And they kind of feel like that you guys would be a good fit coming in here. So, I feel like Octavio might be more admire from a distance, watched your life, and I feel like that they're more friend focused towards you, whereas David thinks like you guys are really compatible, so much alike, two peas in a pod kind of energy that comes through there. So if there was any romantic interest, it would come from David. Octavio feels like they're more introverted and more to themselves at this time in their life. But they admire you for the changes and stuff that you've focused on and went through. So that's what they got for you right there. So many blessings to you. And then Nelia, thank you for your donation. We'll jump down to you there with your stickers. So thank you for that. I'm doing better and better and better. I'm almost back to full energy, I think. Knock on wood, right? So, Nelia, any abundance coming your way? Money, health, love. All right, let's take a look here. Any abundance? What would you like Nelia to know about abundance? Okay. And that one there. I do want these two. Very, well, they're always particular, but all right. Well, you do have on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So there is a lot of movement coming in here, a lot of inspiration and passion, and overall, the Ace of Wands is the one that came up first, which is kind of it is the bottom of the deck, so it's the underlying focal energy. Whatever you focus on is what you draw to you, right? So you do have the possibilities of drawing everything in, but we'll take a look here and see with these cards that are coming out regarding the different areas, and of course, the more we focus on gratitude about what we do have in our life, where we get more of that, it grows naturally. Our energy attracts it and draws it to us. But if we're focusing on, we feel we're lacking in something, then the lack grows instead. Sorry, got an itch on my nose. Okay. Is that money? That means money's coming in. I don't know. I think that's a poem. I forget which. Yeah. So you have Ace of Swords coming in. And the Ace of Swords is clarity and a new way of looking at things coming into new stories being created around things. And that's so important because if I have a story in my head that this and this and this and this and this has to happen for me to have this, guess what? Our energy says, well, we have to have this and this and this and this, and it's delayed. Whereas if we change and realize that I determine the story, then I can change the story and I don't need all of that. It doesn't have to be difficult to make money, to find love, to have health, to have jobs and career and things like that. It doesn't have to be difficult. But if we have a mindset that says, oh, no, 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 it has to be, guess what? We get to experience hardness in achieving things. Yeah, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the abundance card coming in here. So there is abundance that is available to come your way. And that can be money. Love, I feel, is the Nine of Pentacles is the hermit's journey, and this is about kind of being alone in the outside world, but being in the garden with spirit, growing things. So I feel like love might be kind of in the order that you did it, kind of last. That comes in because um, other things come and go, but usually love and friendships and partnerships and different things, those last longer. Those impact us the most. And I feel like those are kind of being held a little bit to give you time to change your energy. Because if we continue to do what we've always done, like regarding love, guess what? We get what we always have gotten. And this is giving you time to raise your love vibration so you draw in a different type of relationship. Yeah, you do have the Seven of Pentacles. The last thing to grow on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I do feel like that does have to do with that love, the verification of that coming in here. Yeah, and the Hermit card coming out too. So you got Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and Hermit, all green energy, which is the heart chakra. So I do feel like these are all geared towards love, and that it's important to take some time for you to transform those things so that you'll draw in something differently here. But I do feel like with money and health and abundance, those things are coming your way here. Yeah, you've got, and this does, I feel like, build on to the love portion, because you've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, and the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of different types of emotions, and can be emotional confusion. But I just feel like there's a lot of, with the being alone with spirit, it's transforming these. It's getting rid of a lot of expectations of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos to bring peace of mind around love. And the Seven of Cups also is the clarity, the kind of the moving into the Eight of Cups, which is transforming all these emotions that you've kind of collected and are feeling around love. But it's the, again, a lot of clarity and transformation around those emotions, letting them go, having them transform so that they don't influence you and hold you back in any longer. So I like that for you. Um, Anything else? Feel like I'm being attracted. I'm being attracted. Woo, woo, woo. Excuse me. While I make out with this deck. I'm just kidding. I'm getting drawn to this green energy of this Celtic spirit oracle. And let's see. Whoa. Okay. I guess that's yours over there. So, what else about love here? Yeah. Okay. So, here we go. You've got rest. There's someone, a little fairy inside of a rose or inside of a flower, and it's card 21, rest, stop, recharge, self-care. So that confirms it for the love. It is allowing you that. Let's see what else we have here. And yeah, rest, precious soul, recharge. The fairy in the poppy flower shows us that it's time to rest. Only through resting can we recharge. The elementals are urging you to take care of yourself at this time. Take time out to rest is not wasting time. Taking time out to rest is a necessity in order to manage your time better by not becoming burnt out. Once we reach burnout, it's too late, and then our recovery will take longer. So, self care and taking time out is a big lesson for anyone with a lot of motivation or someone who is busy all the time. There's no judgment over what you make yourself busy with and what motivates you. The issue here is one of not putting yourself on your priority list. Your health and well being is of high priority here. So, you talked about health, and this is bringing that in too. If you feel guilty taking a nap or watching a bit of TV, then this card is definitely for you. The elementals understand that our reality is extremely fast paced and full of burden. So, their message here is to find small amounts of time regularly where you give yourself a moment of rest and solitude. Again, that hermit energy, right? It could be 5 minutes of just being after you wake up, where you sit with your eyes closed and be present in the moment. Allow yourself to relax and start your day calm. You may like to do something creative before or after work, or perhaps sit under a tree in your break. It is up to you to make this a priority. We have all heard that saying, You can't drink from an empty cup. It is up to you to fill your own cup because no one else will do it for you. It is our lesson to learn of our own limits and know when we are reaching them. This is an important lesson to show our children also. They learn through our actions. Teach them it's important to play and have quiet times, to be outside and to get away from all the tech screens. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear Nelia. All right. So many blessings to you. I like that extra card there for you. All right. And then Nova, thank you for your additional question here and your donation. And you said, what do spirit guides want you to know, your mind and your own inner world about yourself? Maybe something unknown to you. Ooh, okay. We'll take a look here. All right. I feel like we're going to switch decks here. That one just was feeling sluggish, like it didn't want to do it. We're going to move on to the Wandering Star Tarot. It's another cute little deck here. So let's take a look here. You're very welcome, Nelia. I like it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So what do spirit guides want you to know about your mind and your own inner world about yourself? Okay. Something new, something different, something unknown, something unseen. Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I mean, the bottom of the deck, I mean, you've got sorry. You got the Empress is showing herself over here too. But you've got the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. There's a movement of thought and belief and mindset. And it's funny talking about the mind because you got Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Devil card too, which the Devil card is all about thinking and thoughts and mindsets. And the fives and the sevens are the conflict, are the struggle. And I just feel like one thing I just feel like you need to hear is that it's normal. We've got all of this everyone goes through this conflict between their head and their heart because we're inundated and flooded with so many thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, so many shoulds and supposed tos and need tos and have tos and musts and all that stuff that comes in. And, and we do even have, like it says, desire, obsession, fear, the shadow, right? We all have a shadow. Without light, there's no shadow. Because there's light, then that's where the shadow comes from. Upheaval, conflict, loss, uh highs, lows, conflict, tension. So we got all the highs and lows and all this energy of the mind, and it's just like it's all normal. It all happens, right? I mean, we experience it, we come down here to experience it, but we also have awakenings at different times, right? um yeah, and it's like because we're taught, right, to be ashamed, to feel guilty, to feel less than, because that's the fear every human has is I'm not going to be good enough, and so we're pointing fingers at everyone else, and children especially. There's so much pressure in our day and age to be something that everyone will accept, and it's like no, the more we're connect to the entire global internet, we realize everyone's so different and so unique, right? And the Page of Wands is about stepping into the power and realizing that I chose to come down here, I chose to experience this. So and when we feel less than or small or powerless, we can realize, oh, this is just a game that I'm playing. This is just a stage that I'm on in a play, in a movie or whatever, and that this is not who I am. This is just the stories I've told myself and that have been told to me growing up about who I am and all that. You like the shirt there, Nelia? Yeah, see, it's we've got this cat taking a selfie with Bigfoot and the spaceship behind us, and that's what this life is us taking selfies, right? Look at me. Oh my gosh, like scary adventure, whatever it may be, but these are the stories that we create. And since we're the ones that accept them, create them, and implement them in our mind and our own inner world, that it's something that we get to change. And I feel like, you know, um, we all grab powder. Yeah, it is what it is, right? And but we're the ones that get to change the story. One of the things I used to love in elementary school is when we had creative writing time, and I loved to write the story. Once upon a time, and this is what happened. Then suddenly, there's always in elementary school, there's always and suddenly, but something would happen. But that's what we're taught, and we're the ones creating it. Like I said, on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Empress, which you get a lot, which is, she's all about um, creation and fertility and art. But she's the number three, the major arcana number three, number of creativity. And when we're able to realize that, um, you know, I get to change a story. If I have a story that this is that or this is that, is it? Well, I can use my imagination, my creativity, and look at a situation differently. And I'm the one that gets to control that, right? And when we step into that power, I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know is that you have a great ability to transform these things. And with the five and the seven of swords, this is when conflict arises, that is a little flag saying, hey, something can be looked at here. It doesn't mean that it's good, bad, ugly, or whatever. Just when something triggers and rises up that brings us an uncomfortable emotion, we're like, okay, what is the story that I have going on behind the scenes here? What's all this saying, right? And then we can switch it up, we can change it. It's like and putting it in terms that really resonate with you, if you're writing a song and you don't like the lyrics that you're putting into the song, you can change it. You can change the tune of the music, you can change the lyrics of the song. You are the one that gets to choose it because it's your song that you're creating. People will be like, "Oh, you should say this, you should do this, you should do that, blah, 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 blah," right? It's like, nope. I get to decide it's my song. So I like that for you. All right. Yeah, you're like, "Oh." So I like that. That's what they want you to know, and just to be able to realize, "I don't like these lyrics, I'm changing them." Right? Can even change it to other people when you're singing along, I can change it to whatever I want. It's my interpretation. So I like that. And I love it when, you know, if you ever watch, like, America's Got Talent or The Voice or any of those shows where people audition and they change the song and make it their own and they put a different, twist on it. And especially with the one with Simon Cowell, and he was like, "Oh God, please don't sing that song." And they're like, "Well, I put my twist on it." And they're like, "All right, good luck." And then they do it completely differently. And he's like, "That's now my favorite song." And he goes, "I hated it before, but now you've made it your own and you've changed it. I totally see the lyrics in a totally different way." And that's what's beautiful, right? So I like that. All right. Yeah, those episodes. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nova. So thank you again for all your multiple donations. I'm so grateful. All right. So I think that's it for donations and for my monthly YouTube channel members. So we'll start at the top here for the free readings. And if anyone wants theirs prioritized, Like I said, free readings are usually one card, sometimes two. And I've got about 35 minutes, so we'll see how many we get through. But if anyone does want theirs prioritized, a donation of any kind will do that. Um, and you can use the super chat or any of the ones mentioned in the description box of the video. All right. All right. So, Day Sturgis, whatever comes out, whatever. I got the Hermit card energy coming in here. And, this lantern, this bright light that comes in here, I like this, it talks about healing and solitude, inner work, which is the normal energies of a hermit um, card. And I like it because it's not so much that you have to like completely be a hermit and away from everyone, but I feel like it's important for you to take time for yourself. Even if you're just sitting and looking at the clouds, looking at trees or the squirrels or the birds or whatever, that you're just taking time out to get out of your head and back into nature. I don't know why nature is calling you, but it is about getting away from all this go, 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 thinking, and it's about getting out into nature somehow. It doesn't have to be like way out in the boonies. It can be sitting at a park, sitting watching animals play or whatever, but taking time out. And I feel like with this 9 for the next 9 days, just to take at least 9 minutes a day to do that. Interesting, but that's what they invite you to do. So there you go. Right? And then Dollface Diva, you wanted a general for next week. All right. Got the Ace of Wands, career, beginnings, travel with the Ace of Wands. So I like this energy for you. It does feel like there's a spark, a little spring in your step this next week. And not to be afraid to start new things, to ignite new things. And I feel like this is that energy. Normally the Ace of Wands takes us in a bunch of different places, but I just feel like they're zeroing into that. Just don't be afraid to start something new, do something different, do something exciting. Um, it's not always all about the work, work, work. I feel like this has to do with starting a new hobby, something, go play, go do something that gives you a little extra spring in your step because we can invest so much in doing that we forget to be and enjoy the moments. And I feel like next week they're really saying it's time to really just step away for a moment and enjoy where you've come from, where you're at, where you're, you know, headed toward. So I like that for you. All right, so that is what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. And then Ateshi Singh, you want to know who was the IG account by the name of Gabriel? Ooh, interesting. The Ace of Pentacles, this is a new opportunity. It's not anybody that you know already. It's not any kind of shenanigans coming in here, but it definitely is a new beginning, a new opportunity um, of an experience from the outside world. So I feel like it does bring you, you know, um, just an opportunity in the outside world. Yeah, I don't feel anything, um, especially like it's not like, oh, it's a soulmate and you guys are going to live happily ever after, or it's someone playing tricks on you. Never. I just feel like it's a new adventure, a new opportunity to learn and to grow. So I don't feel like there's anything too weird about it at all. So that is what they have for you right now, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. All right. And then love, you are up. So are you accurate about having a past life as D? Let's take a look here. You've got the Empress, which is co-creator energy, very divine feminine and birthing of things. So, um, it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like new birth, newness. I like that. It actually has love on here, which is your name. It's up there in the corner. And I feel like you've had many different lifetimes, because of this. I just feel like they're like art and beauty and nature and love and fertility and grace and abundance and harmony and beauty and luxury. It's like there's all these different lifetimes that you've lived and you've co-created in there. Um, and you want to know if you had a past lifetime as D. I don't see a D here, so I didn't feel like that there is one as this particular thing, but you've had multiple different lifetimes. So I'm not sure if you were specifically thinking about as a particular individual or as something else. I feel like you've had a bunch of other lifetimes, but not specifically that, if that makes sense. All right. So many blessings to you, love. And then we've got is that wow, I'm really close to the microphone. Um Sophia Lee, maybe Sophia Lee. I'm probably murdering that. You want to know what are Jay's true feelings for you? With the Two of Swords, there's like a battle between their head and their heart. So, they've got some thinking going on, some going back and forth. Their heart feels a certain way and has feeling, has attraction, but then their mind is like, no, 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 no. It's very, I feel like they're very, um, what is it, monitored by their brain. Like they have their heart on a leash where they don't just let their heart do anything. They used to, but they had so much pain, so much drama. Now the mind is like, no, 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 no. We have it filtered. You are being monitored and you cannot just act on it. So I feel like there's feelings down there, in the heart, but they're very much caged and they're not allowed to be expressed. It like takes time for things to unfold, takes time for things to, make their way out of the heart and to be expressed. So just know that they aren't very forthcoming with those and they go back and forth. The heart definitely, wow, very excited about you, but the mind is like, no, 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 no. Not like, and it's not about you, it's about being hurt and about past experiences. They're like, we're not going through that again. No, 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 no. So that's what's coming in with that for right now. So many blessings to you. Okay, we did those. We did those. Continue moving down the list here. So, JJJ, will your 10K return from Fury plan be successful for reals? All right, let's take a look here. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is Pentacles is abundance, right? It's money. And the Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation, um, regarding that. So, security, stability, savings, foundation, money. So I feel like it will be successful. It's it's stable. Um, and so successful is all in the eyes of the beholder, right? I just feel like it's good. There is return, it's stable, but it's not like, woohoo, it wasn't the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the high end Pentacles. It was the stable. It's stable, it's good. There's security there. It just doesn't feel like it's like the end all be all that you retire on kind of return. So hopefully that makes sense. And disclaimer, I am by no means a professional financial advisor. There's a disclaimer in the description box of the video. Of course, tarot is designed for fun. So ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, JJJ. Right. And then Julia Farrell. Hello, hello. Thank you for being new to the channel. Welcome. Hopefully, we'll see you around some more. And thank you for your patience in getting to your free reading. You just need to know if he still loves you. The Hanged Man here, there's still love there, but they're looking at their life from a different perspective. They really are in a transformational time in their life where they're looking at things differently, looking at the world differently. they're transforming from like a caterpillar into a cocoon into a butterfly. So they're changing and their way of looking at things change, but that's like a rebirth, right? And though they have love in their heart, it's like things in their life are in flux and changing and transforming, and I don't know if that is still going to be a match when they get to the other side of when they become a butterfly. Now, if you're a caterpillar or you're already a butterfly, it might even bring you guys closer together where they see, oh, wow, now I see why you wanted nectar and not eat leaves like a caterpillar, like they were a caterpillar, you were a butterfly. But I just feel like they're going through this transformation and it's yet to be seen when they come out of the cocoon. What are their desires? What are they wanting to go to? It's like undecided at this point, but they still have love in their heart for you. There's always a place there, but I feel like they're going through a big death and rebirth in their life coming in with all that. So hopefully that helps. Right? But that's what they have for you, Julia. So many blessings to you. Okay, we did those. We did those. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not skipping anyone. And then KVH, hey, so did E's feelings hurt when you disconnected online from him? All right, so let's take a look here. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, they're a fiery personality and they're like a frying pan. They heat it up, it upset them in the moment, but then they got over it fast too. They're like, frying pans versus slow cookers. Frying pans are like heat up and then you turn them off and they cool off. Slow cooker takes a long time to get upset, but then a long time to cool off too. But they are a frying pan. So at moment they were like, "Oh my gosh, why did they do that? What happened over there?" And then, oh, okay, and they're over it and they're on to the next thing. So I don't feel like there's someone who just like sits in it and festers in it. I feel like they felt it and they've already moved forward on to whatever they want to do next. Not someone who really just sits and, like I said, festers. So that's what's coming in, KVH, for you. So many blessings to you. So we did those. We did those. Right. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. All right. And then Mika Khan, guidance. What is coming towards you? All right. So you have this is a unique card to this deck. It's a creator card that says no on the bottom, but this is the power of no. And so what this is bringing forward to you is there's opportunities, and learning the power of no is huge in our lives, right? I mean, we're taught so much growing up. Do not tell me no. Like when a little 2-year-old goes no, they get punished, and we are taught do not ever say no. You must say yes, and please everyone, right? Well, this is stepping into this power of no, and you're having these opportunities that are coming towards you where you get to decide for you. You are the creator and co-creator of your life. You get to decide. There's no wrong choice, but don't be afraid to say no. Even if you have to start saying no in here before it comes out here or here or here, right? But it's like you can choose for you, realizing yours is the life you have to live. So don't say yes out of obligation or out of fear. Um, and don't be afraid to say no. And no is a complete sentence. Now you might explain why. If someone's like, "Hey, can I borrow $1,000 from you?" And you're like, no, I don't have that extra. Well, I'll pay you back. And you're like, I don't like to loan people money if I need it back. And I would need this money back by a certain date. And I just don't feel comfortable taking that chance. And they're like, and you're like, well, that's fine. I'd rather you be mad at me than me be out and suffering and me begging everyone else for money to make up for the money I lent you, right? You're like, no, I don't have it extra. It's that kind of energy of stepping into your no. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mika. So many blessings to you. Okay. We answered that one. We answered that one. All right. Then we have Carmel Damon 24. Want to know, is DL intimately involved with both genders? All right, let's take a look here. Well, we have possibly, we got the Three of Pentacles, which the Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self. And, you know, that could be definitely a, you know, not limiting oneself, but being, allowing yourself to be true, to do whatever you feel that you want to do. And so I feel like this is, in so many ways saying that they are being unique to themselves, and whatever they're doing really is none of our business, right? I don't think you're in a relationship with DL, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay for them to be them. um, I feel like we've talked about them, that they're not for you anyway. So whatever they're doing is up to them, and you don't have to worry about it impacting you. Um, and you get to go be true to your authentic self as well, right? This is the what the Three of Pentacles is about, is being true to us instead of feeling like we're trying to fit into what everyone else wants us to be, out of fear of losing support and praise, or being punished. And this is about being true to oneself. So hopefully that helps. Right. So that's what they have for you, Carmel. So many blessings to you. Okay. We did those. We did those. We answered those. And think here. Don't think we did Laura. So Laura Lower, if you're here, all you have to do is put your question in the chat, and we might be able to get to. I'm going to be on for about less than 20 more minutes. So if you're here, pop your question down in the chat. I don't see you. You wanted to be added, but I don't have a question. So let's see here. We did that. We did that. Hey, happy weekend, Melissa. Good to see you. Hey, Lori. Hello, hello. All right, Miniheel. Hello. Good to see you. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. You want to know, do we see you traveling soon regarding work or higher education? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, you have the moon howling at the moon. The moon energy, I feel like this is more, it's cyclical. And I don't know, I don't feel like here this is more dreaming and more, it feels more home. The moon is Cancer energy. Cancer is, the moon rules over Cancer, and Cancer is home, 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 home. So I don't feel like there's traveling soon. I feel like it's more you're kept at home during this as well. So I like that. So we have that here. Um, Where am I reading the questions? I'm reading the questions in the chat. I see yours here coming up, Adriana. So you don't have anything to worry there. Right. So that's what we have for you, Minnie Hill. And so we did those. We did those. Let me see here. Okay, there's Nova, Nova, Nova. Right, and then Day Sturgis. Oh, we read that. You said, I like that. Thank you. You're very welcome. And then Adriana, so here you are. Hello again. So you want to know, would Tony and will you guys be going on a trip soon? Let's take a look here. You got the King of Cups. King of Cups is compatibility, balancing between the head and the heart with this. I don't necessarily feel here, you know, um, so much that this has to do with traveling, energy that's coming in here. This feels more like, homebodiness. I don't know why, but cups is emotion energy, but I just feel like For now, like soon is all, perspective here. But I feel like there'll be something later, but I feel like right now it's all about balance, balancing the head and the heart. The heart wants to go, but the head goes, not yet, kind of energy that I feel is coming in there. So I know, I wish. So that's what's coming in there for you, Adriana. Not yet. All right. And then BBB, you are up next. So, how is David's current relationship going? All right. Eight of Swords. There is some figuring of stuff out here. The Swords, a lot of kind of independent thinking, seeing how they have felt frustrated and trapped, and they're questioning their thinking, limiting beliefs that they have had there. So I do feel like that tells me that there's opportunities coming up. When triggers are triggered, then I can look at them. So I feel like there's progression. The eight is progression, so they are thinking about things, working through their stories and beliefs and stuff. So, you know, feels like it's not like woohoo, all roses and posies and puppies or whatever and kittens, but it also doesn't feel like it's a knockout, drag out fight. It just feels like a relationship. Yay. It doesn't feel like extremities. It just feels like it's moving along, if that makes sense. It's not dead. There's some activity, but it's not "Bup, bup, 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 bup," if that makes sense. But that's what they have for you, BB. All right. And then Chelsea Daly, you are up next. So, are you spiritually protected? Yes, we all are. And you have the Three of Cups. Here is your spiritual posse confirming that. Three of Cups is your spirit family. In this case, Three of Cups for me is your spiritual posse, your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, ancestors. So you are surrounded by a great host of beings of unconditional love and light that are keeping you protected and guiding you. Now, they're going to do stuff naturally, but you can ask them for extra protection, extra guidance, extra clarity too, of your own free will while you're down here. They do honor a lot of our free will. So if we're going to do something stupid, put ourselves in danger, they might yell and give us a bunch of stuff. But if we're going to make stupid choices, we came down here to experience doing stupid choices, right? Like, I wonder what's down this dark alley, or I think I heard a noise in the basement. Let me go down into the dark basement. And they're like, no, like in a movie theater, right? When everyone's screaming, don't go. But they will show you signs and do all that, but you can ask them for extra if you want to. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, very good, love. Glad you found yours. Very good. And then Jocelyn Anderson, does Tony know that you're going overseas to live? Ooh, okay. I don't feel like they know yet. We got the Justice card, which I feel like they will find out with clarity because you've got the Ace of Swords, which is about communication, and then the scales, the balancing scales. But I feel like with this, they're kind of out of balance and they're not very much in the zone of knowing and having that. But I feel like they will find out. And so if you're afraid that they'll find out, and you want to be the one that lets them know, then I would tell them. But I don't feel like they know yet. All right. So many blessings to you. Hey, Vidi Jean. Sorry I didn't see you down there. I would have jumped to you. So thank you for being one of the winners of the Zen Cricket memberships. So you want to know, what is it that you're avoiding at the moment that can use some attention? Connecting with your higher self. Here's your human self and your higher self, and stepping into your courage, stepping into connection with your true higher self. And, it's a little different than connecting with spirit because it's more, I don't know, conversating with you, because we're all a part of everything, right? But there's something about communicating with your capital S higher self, right? And engaging with that and allowing kind of this coming together of walking hand in hand. That's what's great when we look at our higher self, right? That sometimes we're taught, oh, our spirit must destroy our ego, but it doesn't destroy it, it completes it. And when we allow our human side, our ego, our humanity to walk hand in hand with spirit, it's we experience life in a completely different way because we're embracing it. We're realizing that our human is hungering for the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms, and our higher self happens to be made of that unconditional love, so it's able to give to our human side what it's searching for. So I feel like that, spending some time just really communing and allowing your higher self to embrace you and to walk in hand with it is an important thing for you right now. Right? So that's what they have for you, my dear Vidi. So many blessings to you. All right. Yeah, Adriana, I do feel like you guys do have a trip down the road, but it's going to be a while. So yeah, to confirm that there. All right. And then Fin, you want to know who was that F? Whoa, what? Oh, who was that F and Y? Almost sound like I was cussing. You know, you have the Seven of Swords, which the Seven of Swords is about thievery, deception. It is this energy of becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would steal from us and keep us from possibilities and um, opportunities. And but it has to do with in here, right? People are mirrors for us. When we have deception, when we're deceiving ourselves in here, then we'll experience situations and maybe even people that deceive us so that we see the mirror. It's like an indicator on your car. The red light will go off to bring our attention to something. Well, what we experience in the outside world, this is who they were and why they were a mirror brought in for you to see this so you can be free from these limiting thoughts and beliefs that would have kept you from being able to do things. It's not anything that you weren't fated, that kept you from things. But I like this energy that comes in because it is this. There's always it's about our freedom. Everything that happens in our life is always for us to show us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. So I like this energy, the freedom that comes on the other side of these experiences that come in with that. Right. So that is what they have for you, Fin. And I think that is everything. Wow, we got through all the free readings this evening as well with 7 minutes to spare. Woo woo. So thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, all the thumbs up as well. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And whatever I don't get to tomorrow, I will definitely come back on Sundays. Make sure I complete them. Also, if you want to return tomorrow, we'll be sure to take care of everybody. Um, yeah, and that's what we have. So remember, as you're going through your amazing, beautiful experiences moment to moment, that every second of our lives, we are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, take care of yourselves, hang in there, and we'll see you soon. Much care.